All right. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening, YouTubers. Where in the heck can I have that thing? All right. I wanted to do a third or fourth, whatever, third one in a row on the County Restoration Handbook. Okay. Look it up online, download it, read it. I have this section up here. I've already covered this page, but I wanted to come back to it for a very, very good reason. And then I'm going to go back to the page that I was on and read something that is very, very important. Okay. The paragraph there, it gets worse. Second paragraph. According to World Food Statistics, some 96% of all fruit and vegetable varieties grown a century ago, the people's commonwealth, food is wealth. If you don't believe that, ask yourself why. Damn Daniels Archer Midland. Okay, Archer Daniels Midland, but it reads better. Daniels Archer Midland, Dam Company, owns virtually 100% of the world's food production. Why is that? Power comes out of the barrel of the gun? Well, no. If you control the food, you control the population. You know, if you control the currency, if you control the money, you control the population. And we virtually have a stranglehold on us, the entire world. I'm not just talking this country, I'm talking the entire world, by the oligarchy, those who would be stamping down on our faces with an iron heel forever, in the words of Jack London, the author of Born to be Wild, no, Call of the Wild, and White Fang. So, he was a communist, he was a socialist, he believed in it, but he wrote a really good book about the oligarchy, the power people, the Illuminati, the people with the powers that think they be, but are going to find out that no, they're not the powers that be. They're puppets. They're just little creatures in Yahweh's beard, and he's going to shake his head and they're going to go flying out of his beard. All right, so there's areas of the world that still have seeds and still grow non-hybrid foods. So I was at a meeting where we're at the food bank. That was our food bank, whatever it's called. All right. So anyway, we now suffer a breakdown of continuity so profound, a cultural amnesia so incalculable, we have no name for it. Surprise. All right. China feeds you. Now work for the global casino. You're owned by foreign banks, and China feeds the world. Now, one thing caught my eye here, the bottom paragraph. Well, I'm just going to review this. I mean, I know this is just preparatory. If we never get to the test, that's okay. I realize what I'm trying to do is trying to get you to understand that the honesty of when you do take that test, it's a self-assessed test. You got to score yourself. Lying to yourself isn't going to help. Lying to yourself is not going to feed you when the shit hits the fan. When the lights go out or whatever happens, military invasion, economy drops, if when that happens, you can't feed yourself, or somebody around you can't feed you, you're going to starve to death, okay? So, and Galen has some really good words to those issues. Here we are. So here we are. The offshore just-in-time globalized delivery system means that only 2 to 3 days of food is in the pipeline on every given date, and that is a FEMA estimate. The spokesperson for FEMA said that the people who prepared for Y2K, those preppers, those doomsday preppers, were not the fools. The fools were the people that did nothing, did not prepare, and blew it off. Because toward the end of the year, we were just waiting to see what was going to happen. But because we had, family business the whole year. We ran as hard as we could the whole year. We pushed. In fact, we lost a baby because of it. had a 8.5-month-old, 8-pound stillborn son because of the stress that we put ourselves under. So toward the end of the year, we were saying Y2K is a practice run. If that's all it is, it's a practice run given by divine providence to get us ready for the real thing. Well, we still haven't hit the real thing, but we're getting there really fast. Okay? So our lives depend on uninterrupted flow of cheap oil. So where does this whole thing of sustainability fit in? What problems might confront the 320 million, 500 million consumers of America if we had to feed ourselves again? A whole bunch of us would starve to death. These questions matter because the last Americans, this is what I want to hit on in this video if you don't get anything else. These questions matter because the last Americans able to feed themselves without big government, big oil, and big pharma are pushing 80 to 90 years old. Don't we boast that there are certain jobs that Americans no longer do? But the downside is never quite spelled out, is it? Okay. Now this is going to tie together with another thing. I'm going to make 2 points in this video. One is, the last time we were able to feed ourselves was in the memory of 80 to 90-year-old. I'm going to say 80 to 100-year-old because I know a lady who is 96 years old, and she is more productive than virtually everybody else in the world in her entire sphere of existence. Okay, because she can plant. She knows how to plant food, and she knows how to grow food. Okay. The farm that we are buying, Jersey and I, her mother, I don't know exactly how old she is, but she's old enough to be extremely wise, extremely intelligent, and have a heck of a lot of common sense. And number 4, she knows how to do farm stuff. Okay? Allegedly, no, I'm not going to say allegedly, when she was in the hills of Kentucky, she raised mule teams for 20 borax mule team, for Teamsters. She raised mules for them. So, and mules are not little donkeys. They're big ass animals. They're asses. Okay. They're huge. I saw some here in Missouri, and we were told they were mean, so I didn't go anywhere near them when I was in the field. I always stayed about 10 feet from the fence. These things, the head looked like a moose. They must have weighed 2,500 pounds. They were enormous. They were like 8 feet tall, literally. I mean, they're like Clydesdales, Percherons, big draft horses. There's an S one. What is it? Oh, my friends, my cousins raised them. Anyway, so that was the last time we could feed ourselves. Don't we boast there are certain jobs that Americans no longer do? Well, the job that we really need to be able to do is to feed ourselves. Now, Galen constantly makes the statement that in the animal kingdom, in the animal world, an animal is an adult when it can defend itself and feed itself. How many Americans can defend themselves and feed themselves? Been a long time since that's been the case. All right. So, I want to go by this one. I read this one. I want to reread it. This is a regional plan, requires the creation of an economic locomotive powerful enough to make everything work, and it must be smart enough to resist corporate takeover and or federal animus, meaning mindset. Okay. Where was I? I was seeing another point that I wanted to make. Overview. Well, fiddle-dee-dee, Melly. All right. Let me go to the document. Sorry for the delay. I thought I had it. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. It may have been before that. That's probably what it was. Yeah. This is critical, so just hang on. Bear with me. I'm just doing it off the cuff. I need to get this one done, and then I want to get on to the test. All right. Watch those videos. It mentions Future of Food, Food Inc., The World According to Monsanto. Fresh. You might start with Fresh. It's less depressing than the rest of them. Food Inc. is good. Anything with Joel Salatin in it is awesome. All right. I'm not seeing it. All right. So I'm going to make the point, and it's irritating that I can't find it right off the top of my head. Top of my head. Bottom of my head. I just saw it. How did that happen? All right. You know what? I'm going to cut this one off. I'm going to find it because it's critically important. All right. Not seeing it. All right. That's it. Good night.